Parents and coaches, from not knowing how to deal with young footballers and help them progress, actually hinder them more and more each year, killing all their passion and love for the sport. This leads to a fear of making mistakes and taking unconventional decisions during a football match. Ultimately, the footballer grows up constrained and without any particularly distinctive developed qualities that could help him truly stand out on the football pitch and capture the attention of Europe's top clubs. Therefore, in this video, I want to show you the differences between how players are helped to progress in Russian football and how players are treated in the world's best academy, Barcelona. And today's information will be particularly relevant for both football players and parents, who, in turn, have the power to influence their child's development. We'll be focusing on 10 key pieces of advice from Jordi Gratakos, the director of the Barcelona Academy, who shared these insights in one of his recent interviews. Also, don't forget that you can download our mobile application for footballers, Football PRO, which offers comprehensive training programs, whether you're training on the field or in the comfort of your own home. No matter where you are located, simply select the program you need and begin your workout. You can download it from Google Play or the App Store using the convenient links provided right below this video. Now let's get started. The first piece of advice Jordi gives is to trust. This cannot be overstated. The younger the footballer, the more important the coach's trust. It's important that it's felt. There should be no unsaid things. The second piece of advice is to accept mistakes. Coaches and parents must remember that mistakes are a part of learning. The first reaction to an error is always negative. It's natural, but it's incorrect. A mistake is not your enemy. By analyzing it, you learn the most. Therefore, a mistake is a friend and a helper. If a 10 or 14-year-old player makes a mistake, the reaction should be specific, and the advice must be practical. You need to explain what exactly he should have done differently. If the mistake is repeated, you need to explain again, 10 times. The main thing that interests us is the player's reaction. A proper reaction helps them progress. At a competitive level, around 18, players already understand the cost of their mistakes. But before results become the main focus, mistakes should be valued as a way to learn something new. And no matter how much you blame for failures, they are inevitable. Without them, the match score would always be 0-0. The third piece of advice from Barcelona's school director is this. All training must be with a ball starting from the warm-up. Doing your usual stretches, hold the ball in your hands. Going for a run, kick the ball, run with it. The ball must always be nearby. Getting used to it is important. The fourth piece of advice is to remain calm. It's wrong to be entirely without emotions, but excessive passion is detrimental to a coach. This is football. You win some, you draw some, and you lose some. If you react too emotionally to every result, it will confuse the team, especially the young players. They will become nervous, easily falling into euphoria and depression. This affects the psyche. We need calmness. We must learn to maintain balance. There are those, like Zlatan Ibrahimovic, for whom defeat doesn't exist, but he is an exception. Most people have a different mindset, and it's important to consider this, to avoid harming a child's or teenager's psyche. The fifth tip is to understand that everyone has flaws. You can make a perfect plan, but lose because your players just can't execute it. No one is perfect. All footballers have weaknesses. This must not be forgotten. The sixth tip, everyone should always have a specific goal. This also applies directly to your extra training sessions. You must know precisely what each and every exercise is for. Everything that is done in training must be subservient to a particular goal. Not just to have a good time, play soccer, or run a lot and get very tired. There must be a purpose behind every single exercise. Therefore, it's important to prepare a plan in advance and dedicate ample time to its creation. No improvising during training sessions. Jordi's seventh piece of advice is to lead by example. You don't necessarily need perfect technique, but if you work with children and teenagers, you must be able to show how to perform an exercise. Firstly, how can you demand something you can't do yourself? Secondly, only by setting an example can you be sure that you'll be understood correctly. It's only in professional football that a coach can wear a suit, shoes, and not touch the ball. But if it's about youth, the mentor must be a football person. Minimal ball handling technique is essential. The eighth tip, winning isn't the main thing. When working with young people, it's crucial to forget about the importance of winning. Players should also forget about this. The goal is to progress, become better in technical, physical, and psychological aspects, not to win children's competitions. The ninth tip is to help. Your player went out on the field to play in a scrimmage. How is he doing? This is the real world, so it's not out of the question that he's tired, didn't get enough sleep, overate, or conversely, rushed in the evening and skipped breakfast. And football is exhausting. It's not enough to instruct him, you must help. For example, if he's tired and barely moving, don't ask, "What's wrong? Didn't you sleep well?" Instead, say, "Listen, you look tired. Don't dribble, just pass. Slow down, Get into the rhythm. My 10th piece of advice is to protect talent. The most important thing for any player is their individual abilities. For some, this is talent. And the worst thing you could possibly do is take that away from them. Some players have excellent speed. Others are great at dribbling, especially in one-on-one situations. Let them simply do what they excel at. For instance, if your player is particularly skilled at dribbling. And now, the match is starting. He tries to dribble twice, then loses the ball and leaves the team completely exposed. Suppose your team concedes a goal because of him. If you yell at him, if you substitute him, he won't attempt to dribble anymore. Or he will, but he'll be constantly playing with the fear of making mistakes. Just let him continue playing. We are talking about young players here, not a Champions League match. These pieces of advice are all interconnected. They are designed to unlock the full potential of every player and make them psychologically resilient. And, as you can clearly see, these valuable tips also apply directly to parents. By using them, you can significantly help your child progress much faster. So, if you're a young footballer, be sure to show this important video to your parents.